Hi, I am Dr. K. Sai Prasad Reddy. Welcome to the subject software testing. And today we are going to discuss about interview questions, screening test questions, FAQs, and the HTTP model questions regarding the topic static analysis. So I have gathered some questions and I have framed on my own some questions, and as I'm having a multiple number of questions on this topic, which is very important, I have divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. In part 1 I am going to cover some questions, and part 2 I am going to cover some questions. Right? See, these questions are very important. So these questions are given in the screening tests in some of the companies, and these questions will help you more in HTTP also, right? It will improve your subject knowledge, and it will improve the command on the subject by going through these questions. Now we will see. For which of the following would a static analysis tool be most useful? That is, he is asking the question, which is the most useful of the static analysis tool. 4 options: supporting reviews, validating models of the software, testing a code executed in a special test harness, enforcement of coding standards. We have already discussed in the previous session, these static analysis tools are predominantly implemented on coding by software developers. This is the main objective of the static analysis tool. Now, see the options: supporting reviews, validating models of the software, testing code executed in a special test harness, enforcement of coding standards. This static analysis tool will not support the reviews, and also it will not validate the model of the software. Of course, this static analysis tool will be used by the designers during the software modeling. To do the modeling, they will use this software, but this tool will not validate the models of the software. And testing a code executed, execution belongs to dynamic, not static. So here the static analysis tool becomes under static testing. And enforcement of coding standards. So these are the options. See which option is correct and which option is wrong. Last option D is correct one, because these tools are used on coding standards, on code by the software developers. Like this, you have to analyze each and every option for that question. If you analyze each and every option, then you will get command on the subject. You will get more command on the subject. This will help you more with the subject knowledge, as well as in the face-to-face interview, as well as in the screening test, right? Or any other competitive exams. Next, what can static analysis not find? So that means following this, there are 4 options. You have to identify which is not to find by the static analysis. Here, static analysis, he has mentioned static analysis, right? Yeah. The use of a variable before it has been defined, unreachable code, which is also called as dead code, memory leaks, array bound violations. So it's very clear. So it's a memory leaks, because so we have already discussed about the dead code and the data flow analysis and the control flow analysis, right? So the memory leaks is not found in the static analysis. Next, which of the following statements regarding static testing is false? So that means there are 4 options: There are 4 statements. You have to find the false statement with respect to static testing. Yeah. So read these options. Static testing requires the running of tests through the code. Static testing includes desk checking. Static testing includes techniques such as reviews and inspections. Static testing can give measurements such as the cyclomatic complexity. Yes. Which is the false statement? You have to identify the false statement. So static testing means without execution. There will be no running of tests. So static testing, false, false, false. That is the correct one. This is a false statement. Statement A is a false statement regarding static testing. Rest of all these statements are true. But he has asked you to identify the false statement. That's why I suggest you to read the question twice and thrice and try to understand what he is asking. Next, static analysis tools are typically used by. It's a simple question. In our previous session, we have already discussed static analysis tools are used by the developers as well as the designers, software designers. That means static analysis will be used, the static analysis tools will be used by the developers before or during component testing and integration testing. Whereas the designers will use these tools while software modeling. Right? So simple. This is very simple question. So software developers will use these static analysis tools. Next, unreachable code would be best for finding using. Unreachable code would be best to be found using. That means by using which option, below mentioned options, we can find unreachable code. Very simple. This is very, very simple. That is a static analysis tool. Because the static analysis tool will identify the unreachable code. Right? Yeah. Next. Yeah. Defects discovered by static analysis tools include. Here, he has given 4 statements and 4 options with the combination of different statements. You have to identify the combinations of the correct statements. Variables that are never used, security vulnerabilities, programming standard violations, uncalled functions and procedures. Which is the correct option? Variables that are never used. What it means? Excuse me. Even though the variable is assigned, the value to the variable is assigned, it is never used. That we have covered in the topic data flow analysis. Security vulnerabilities, programming standard violations, uncalled functions and procedures. So which option is correct one? So that is option A is correct one. All these type of defects can be found. All these types of defects can be discovered by using a static analysis tool. Right? Yeah. So you have to read that questions carefully. Whether he is asking about a static analysis or static analysis tool. See, both will come under the static testing only. But the static analysis will be the different. Static analysis tool is different. Next. Which of the following statement is true of a static analysis? So he has given the 4 statements. You have to identify the correct statement of static analysis. Compiling code is not a form of static analysis. Static analysis need not be performed before imperative code is executed. Static analysis can find faults that are hard to find with dynamic testing. Extensive static analysis will not be needed if white box testing is to be performed. So these are the options. You have to identify the correct statement or the correct option regarding static analysis. See, compiling a code is not a form of static analysis. Right? The second is, static analysis need not be performed before imperative code is executed. This is wrong, because static analysis need to be performed before execution. Static analysis can find faults, that is bugs or defects, that are hard to find with the dynamic testing. Who told that finding the defects is hard with the dynamic testing? It's wrong. Extensive static analysis will not be needed if white box testing is to be performed. It is also wrong, because either it may be a white box testing by the developers, or it may be a black box testing by the software testing leads. The static analysis has to be performed. The static analysis is needed. So this is wrong statement. The option A is correct statement. Compiling a code is not a form of static analysis. Yeah. Next, which of the following is correct about static analysis tools? Static analysis tools are used only by developers. Compilers may offer some support for static analysis. Static analysis tools help finding failures rather than defects. Static analysis tools require execution of the code to analyze the coverage. So here there are 4 statements. Some of the statements are true, that means correct, and some of the statements are wrong. You have to identify the correct statement regarding static analysis tools, right? So here, compilers may offer some support for static analysis by using static analysis tools. Why? Because compiler is one example for static analysis tools. You have to remember this point very carefully. Compilers are nothing but the static analysis tools. We are doing compilation of that particular program by using the compiler, not executing the program. Compilation of the program is different and execution is different. Right? Compilation activity will be a part of static, whereas execution of that particular code is a part of dynamic. So, see the first option, static analysis tools are used only by developers. No. Developers will also use, designers will also use. Sometimes, in the rare cases, even software test engineers will also use. And the static analysis tools help finding failures rather than defects. No. Static analysis tools will not help you to find the failures. It will identify or it will help to find the defects. That is the difference. So failure is different and the defects are different. Error, fault, failure. We have already discussed this topic, the relation between error, fault, failure in the previous sessions. Right? After that fault only the failure will occur. Due to that fault only the failure will occur. Failure, when the failure can be identified? During the dynamic testing only. We cannot identify the failures in the static testing. Why? Because if and only if we execute that particular program, or if and only if we execute that particular functionality, then only we can identify whether that functionality is working properly or the functionality has failed. That is failures. When can we find the failures of the program or the functionalities? If and only if we execute that particular functionality. Otherwise, we cannot identify the failures. So here the static testing means without execution. So that's why this statement is wrong. And the static analysis tools require execution of the code to analyze the coverage. Wrong. Static analysis tools itself or before execution. It will not involve in execution of the program or code. Yeah. Static analysis, same as the static testing, done by the developers, both A and B, none of the above. Very simple testing, very simple one. So, static analysis is same as static testing? Of course, but some more options are there. Done by the developers? Yes, of course. This statement is not only this statement is true. Both A and B, none of the above. So both A and B are correct. Not only A is correct, not only B is correct. Both A and B are correct. Right? That's why option C is correct. And what can static analysis cannot find? Yeah, see. The use of a variable before it has been defined. Unreachable code. Whether the value stored in a variable is correct. The redefinition of a variable before it has been used. Array bound violations. See, it's a very intelligent question, very good question. What can static analysis not found? The use of a variable before it has been defined? Yes, this is covered in data flow analysis. Not found here. Question. Unreachable code? Yes. Whether the value stored in a variable is correct? No, because static analysis, or by using the static analysis tool, the tool cannot identify whether the value which is assigned to that particular variable is stored correctly or not. I repeat, static analysis tool will never says the value which is assigned to that particular variable is correct or not. When it will be known whether the value is stored correctly or not? After execution only. But static here, there will be no execution, right? So, and the redefinition of the variable before it has been used, yes, it is also covered in data flow analysis, array bound violations. So, option C is correct one. Like this, you have to analyze each and every option. If you think and if you analyze each and every option, you will get more command on the subject. Which of the following tools can be used by developers in looking for defects prior to dynamic testing? Prior to dynamic testing by the developers. So this is also important. By the developers prior to dynamic testing. Prior to dynamic testing, what type of testing? Static testing. By the developers. Now see here. Configuration management tool, static analysis tool, test data preparation tool, modeling tool. Right? Simple. This is very simple. Static analysis tool. Yeah. Modeling tool will be used by the designers. Test data preparation tools will be used by the software test engineers. Configuration management tool will be used by the configuration manager. Right? Right. Next. Which of the following would be a key difference between a peer review of the code and a static analysis of the code using a tool? Yeah, see, it's a very good question. Which of the following would be a key difference between a peer review, which is performed on the code, and a static analysis of code using the tool? See, peer reviews find failures while static analysis finds defects. Peer reviews find defects while static analysis finds failures. Static analysis targets the code technically, whereas the peer review is applicable to together aspects. Peer reviews cannot find missing requirements, whereas static analysis can find. It's a very excellent question. See, option A. Peer reviews find failures while static analysis finds defects. Wrong. Peer reviews will find the defects or the mistakes. If it is code reviews, then they will find the mistakes in the program. If it is a document, they will find the mistakes or defects in the document. Right? So, option A is wrong. Next. Peer reviews find defects while static analysis finds failures. Static analysis will not find failures. It will find the defects only. Failures can be found after execution, after dynamic testing. Right? Static analysis targets the code technically, whereas peer review is applicable to together aspect. Yes, what do you mean by peer review? It is a one-to-one review. It is a totally informal review. So that means you have written a code of 100 lines and you ask your colleague, your project mate, this is called a peer, who is called as a peer, to review your code. You both sit together and you will perform the review, right? Static analysis targets the code technically, yes, whereas peer review is applicable to together aspect. That is correct. Next, peer reviews cannot find missing requirements, whereas static analysis can find. No, peer reviews will always find missing requirements. So this we have discussed in the earlier session, in the previous session, regarding the review of the BRS document. So while performing the review on the BRS document, the review members will find the defects in the requirements document. What kind of defects they can find? Like missings, gaps, corrections, clarifications. These are the types of the defects which can be found in the requirements document. So here what he has given, peer reviews cannot find missing requirements. No, peer reviews will find missing requirements. Just for the elaborate explanation, you can go through my previous session about this review of the BRS requirement, how the BRS requirement has to be reviewed and how the defects are supposed to be found. After finding the defects, how to report those defects to the author of the document. It's a very important topic, right? So which option is correct? Option C is correct. Yeah. Static analysis is best described as the analysis of batch programs, the reviewing of test plans, the analysis of a program code, the use of black box testing. Right? So, which is correct one? Which is best described as, so, code, right? The analysis of a program code, the analysis of batch program. It's not a part of a static analysis. Reviewing of the test plans, the use of a black box testing. These three options are wrong and the analysis of the program code is correct. Yeah. Please subscribe my channel, share my videos to the student groups and all student community groups, and like my sessions, and please raise your comments in the comment box. Thank you.